Hello Chocs and Chocolates, name in between Chocobirds here, but not for a video review, as I'm sure you've seen. Yes, it's for the top 10 chocolates of 2023. So I've done two other videos. If you remember, you can see the top 30 to 21 countdown, 20 to 11 countdown as well. So anyone else can see that one. So the exclusive was basically the 30 to 21. Check those out first if you're able to. Yeah, I mean, well, obviously everyone should be able to check out the 20 to 11 one. Yes, obviously you'll see the full picture then. It's been a really good year actually for chocolates 2023. So, you know, yeah, interesting. A very difficult set of chocolates to judge actually. I was very it was difficult to rate them sometimes. Some of them was like, oh, you know, I like this one but I like that one, which do I prefer? Because basically what I did was I put them all into like a comparison engine, or I don't know, yeah, I guess you'd call it that, whatever you call it. Basically, you load them in, about 108 products or something like that from last year. It's over 100 anyway. And basically, you just pick this or that. It pits them all against each other, and you'll eventually get the top chocolates in order. That sorts them out. I did that originally, got the top 50, then I took them out and rated them all separately again. And then I took out the top 20 separately and did them again as well, just to check I got 100% the right choices. And some of them, I'd say, along that time were changing. I was thinking, oh, this time I prefer that, or do I prefer that? And I say this top 10, a lot of them are interchangeable really. It's such a strong set of products, these ones. It could depend on the day, because basically this is not which ones I generally rated the highest, it's which one I prefer at the time. So as I say, I was presented with two options, which one would I have? So it could be, you know, some of them were rated 5 out of 5 individually, but maybe I prefer, when presented with them in front of me, maybe I prefer a 4.5 or a 4 out of 5. Who knows? You know, could be the case. Not too sure if that is the case, but definitely a good set of products here, that's for sure. But that's how I did it. So it's not necessarily the one that got the highest rating is at the top, although, you know, it probably does give it an advantage, let's put it that way. And also just to say, these are chocolates I reviewed last year, not necessarily ones that came out last year. So there we go, right, so starting with number 10, Cadbury Dairy Milk Breakaway Mints. Yeah, so just, I don't know, it's an Australian import, this one, just Cadbury Dairy Milk. Breakaway's there sort of rebranded, or, you know, it was Time Out essentially. I think they got rid of the Time Out name and they just called it Twirl Breakaway basically. I don't know why they did that, but better than what UK did, where they just got rid of it completely. But that's basically it, yeah, so it's a lovely, it's just a lovely one, this one. It's just got, I mean, Cadbury Dairy Milk isn't as good as the UK one, but nonetheless, all these things together have that crunchiness in it, you know, and the sort of like the Cadbury chocolate and mint flavouring as well. I think it's like a little bit of a creamy mint cream on the top from memory. Just was really nice, you know, I've had it, it's just a substantial bar, just lots there, lots of textures and tastes, nice flavouring as well. Just a nice solid product, that one. So that rounds off my number 10, yeah, an interesting one. Just a solid chocolate product, that one. Then number 9, Cadbury Dairy Milk Boysenberry Ripple. This was, yes, another Australian import one, this one. Again, found in B&M. All these Australian ones generally are found in B&M, but you can get them online as well, obviously in Australia as well. It was just, I don't know, this was Dairy Milk. It had like a sort of, yeah, well, boysenberry, it's a mix between I think it's, you know, a bit like a raspberry and other things. Basically it was like a red berry, just had a lovely sort of runny berry flavoured cream, boysenberry flavoured cream, just really nice in the middle, you know. It's like a sort of, not really a cream actually, more like a sauce almost, really, just really nice. Yeah, just a lovely, it just worked really well. It's just a lovely product, this one. I really liked it. And yeah, so Dairy Milk from Cadbury in Australia is not the best, not as good as the UK one, but I say when the sort of mixed with all these other flavours or textures or what have you, which they do there, you know, it doesn't matter so much, because it doesn't, you know, you don't, Cadbury Dairy Milk in the UK is quite an overpowering flavour. It's quite velvety, quite strong. But when it's toned back a bit like it is in Australia one, because they have all these other ingredients, it allows them to sort of work well together. And yeah, so it's not that big of a problem sometimes actually. And this was one such case. Lovely product, this one. As I say, if it's just in front of me now, yeah, I'd love to have it. I really would. That's number 9. Number 8, Aldi UL Log. Yes, so this one here, thanks Alan Lockhart for mentioning this one to me. I did go out and get this. As soon as he mentioned it, really, I thought, you know what, I need a UL Log in my life, and this is one I went for. A nice one as well. UL Logs are always lovely, basically like a Swiss roll, but usually with buttercream on the top and a dusting of icing sugar, what have you. It's just a solid product, this one, and it wasn't too sickly. I had a lot of buttercream on it, but usually UL Logs have too much buttercream for me and a bit sickly. But this one, even the end pieces, it wasn't too much. It was just really well balanced. It was a lovely UL Log, really solid one. And I say on another day, this one could be number 1, really. It's a UL Log, I mean, you know, but I think that it's the fact that it is quite one note. There wasn't, I think the Cabri orange UL Log had a couple of years back, had like an orange sauce. Basically has swirls, you know, because it's a Swiss roll, has swirls of filling, and it was like usually sort of chocolate cocoa butter or whatever in the middle. But the Cadbury orange one had like an orange jam around it as well, and it was just so nice. You know, like an orange sauce as well, and maybe not jam but sauce. It was just so lovely. That really was, you know. And this one doesn't have any X factor like that. It's still a UL Log, so it's got like a natural X factor, I should say. But that's why it's probably lower down really, because it just doesn't have that oomph with it. But a UL Log, always a winner. Yeah. So but as I say, number 8. I think it's one of those where obviously if you get the whole thing, it's substantial as well. It's a difficult one because you're not really comparing apples with apples sometimes with this. But I think it's just about thinking of like a slice of it. Yeah, difficult one. So as I say, but it could be number 1 another time, depending on my feeling really. But I think for this one, just because it's not got a massive X factor, it's just a solid, lovely product, So anyway, there we go, number 8. Number 7, Cabri Caramel Flake. Yes, or Flake Caramel. Another Australian import. This one, I'm sure it is, or is it UK? I'm sure it's Australian one. This one. You think you could make it in UK now, but anyway, yeah, basically Flake, but caramel. I mean, what's more to say? Just Flake is lovely, lovely. Really indulgent, really soft and smooth and flaky, as you imagine. Just really nice way of eating chocolate. It just works really well. That texture change is just so nice. And this was caramel, which is lovely. The Australian caramel, really nice. Just two things mixed together that just work very well. And I'll say this is higher than the UL Log, and you think, well, surely a UL Log, it would be higher than this. But it's just the fact this one, it's just so nice. It's just so nice, So yeah, there we go. It's just a lovely concept and just lovely flavours and lovely way of eating it. And number 6, this is a surprise, this one. It just grew on me more and more and more, a bit like that sort of Mars Raspberry one from last year, Mars Smash Raspberry, whatever it's called. Snickers Butterscotch, this one. It was just, I don't know, I had it, and I ate it, and I thought, yeah, I like Snickers because they're quite substantial, especially when they're frozen. And this one was just Snickers, but with a bit more flavour to it, butterscotch. I think it was just the nougat was flavoured butterscotch. Could have been the caramel, I can't quite recall now, or both maybe, but it was just, I don't know, it just had that substance, and it just was so nice to eat. And when I finished it off later on, it was just like, wow, this is just a really lovely, solid product, and it was just really nice, As I say, I don't know, Snickers, I'm not really a big peanut fan either, but with Snickers, I don't know, it just works. I rarely eat peanuts on their own. I'm not bothered by that at all, really. Maybe if they're flavoured and things, but but I don't know, just really works with Snickers for me for some reason. And this one, as I say, just was a really nice product. And another Australian import, this one, but yeah, really nice. So that was my number 6. Definitely recommend that one, especially if you like Snickers. I don't know, maybe it's a guilty pleasure, I don't know, but for me, it was just really, really tasty, really substantial. Really nice, yeah. Still, I guess, still pretty much a Snickers at the end of the day, but I don't know, they just do it for me. This one, I think that just added that flavour. I don't think a Snickers would be that high on well, it would be on my top chocolates list, I guess, but I don't know, it's just not got a wow factor, I don't think. But this one, I don't know, just had that something. So, I don't know. Really nice, really substantial. Now, what do we have? We had, yes, number 5, Galaxy Smooth Mints. Yes, a Galaxy Mint, basically, Galaxy chocolate. I'm not really a fan of creamy chocolates, really, generally. But Galaxy is the one exception. I don't know, it just, something about it's just the recipe, it's just really nice. I really like it. Lovely product, really lovely product. Don't know it just works really well. And the mint flavour just really works as well with it. I thought, I think I've had a Galaxy one in the past. I think it was the dark milk one or something, just didn't really work. But this one, yeah, I don't know, just was really nice, lovely, just a subtle mint flavour with that creamy chocolate, just was beautiful. Milk chocolate as well, so yeah, very nice. Galaxy is a lovely chocolate, and this worked very well with it, so that's why it's number 5. No frills, you might say, but nonetheless, I think just the chocolate speaks for itself in this case, so yeah, good flavour addition to it, for sure. And then, yes, into we're pretty much in the top 5 now, aren't we? So number 4 as well, M&S Extremely Chocolatey Hot Cross Buns. So these ones, I don't know, hot cross bun. I mean, you probably see me follow me on Instagram. I made like a coffee and chocolate, dark chocolate bread, and I'm planning on making a sort of triple chocolate bread as well. I just like baked goods with chocolate in, and these ones don't just work, just really substantial, really nice. I don't know if they're full of chocolate chips or what have you, but they just were really nice to eat. And of course, you can spread stuff on them. I don't know. There's just something about them I really like. And obviously, they're an Easter product, so they're one of those. But definitely recommend sort of chocolate hot cross buns. They're just really nice. Instead of like currants and things, you have like chocolate chips and things generally. Just really lovely, really nice, really substantial. I don't know, what can I say? It's just one of those. I think you just really work very nicely. They're just a nice product to have. A bit like, I say, I don't know, I think they sort of like the Aldi UL Log. I think sometimes because it's still very nice, but because it's too sweet sometimes, it kind of can work against it for me. Whereas things like these extremely chocolate hot cross buns, they're a bit more balanced. They're not just all sweet. You've got there's something a bit more savoury about them, and it just works for me. So yeah, there we go. Yeah, then we've got number 3. We're getting there. We're getting near the end now. Look at this. So, I mean, all of these very strong products, as I say. But Cabri Dairy Milk Slices Vanilla Passion Fruit. This one I read not too long ago. I mean, such a nice product, this one. Another Australian import. A lot of these are. This is why a lot of these you will find are the imports from Australia, because they just do so many wacky flavours and things. It's so interesting. So when you're presented with some bars and you think, well, I could have this sort of, very nice dairy milk or something, but then I can have this vanilla passion fruit one, and it's just, you just, well, I'd have that one, Some of the things still might be quite nice, but maybe a bit more interesting flavours than just dairy milk straight. But yeah, so this one just really stands out. A lovely flavour. I don't really, other than have it perhaps in yogurts and things, I don't have passion fruit generally, but it just worked very nicely. It was just a lovely fruity flavour, more of a sauce than a cream. Just really nice. Obviously, it did have cream in there as well, or creme, it's not real cream, I don't think, but it all worked really well. And again, the dairy milk in Australia is not the best, but just because of that as well, it worked very well to it. It didn't overpower the rest of the flavours. Just really lovely. Just all work beautifully together. And this one, as I say, could have been number 1. And I think when I was doing, as I say, because I sort of listed these a few times, did the top 100, then did the top 50, then did the top 20. I think on other times this was number 1, but it's just so close. The top 3. The top 3 are probably interchangeable almost, and the top 10 could change dramatically depending on the day. But well, I think the number 1 actually, I think is a step above the rest, having said that. But nonetheless, they are very close because of the uniqueness of them. But yeah, number 2, yes, Cadbury Camel Marvellous Creations. Yeah, so this one, I mean, Marvellous Creations in the UK, the bar, it's sort of dairy milk with lots of popping candy and sort of sweetie pieces in there, things like this. And this was Cadbury Caramel from Australia. Cadbury Caramel, really nice. And this one's just filled with stuff. Lots of sort of, I think I had like sort of Smartie type things in there, chewy things in there, popping candy, just loads of lovely things, just really nice. And the taste was just gorgeous, It just ticks so many boxes for me. It's got caramel in there, it's got crunchy chocolatey pieces in there from the chocolate shells, like the Smartie piece, then chewy bits in there as well, so like a chewy sweets, and the chew was just about right. Some of them have been a bit too chewy in the past, but this one just really, really nice, really nice. Just ticks so many boxes, with just one product. Beautiful. I say Cadbury Caramel in Australia, I'm just really happy. It's still nice in the UK, but the Australian one definitely is where it's at, basically. But a lovely product, this one. Very nice indeed, and that's why it's number 2. So what's number 1? Well, goodness me, I mean, this one, it was just gorgeous, this one. I think last year, I think the number 1 spot was taken by an Easter product from Aldi. And this is another Easter product, but this time from M&S. It's the dark chocolate layered egg. And this was just absolutely phenomenal. It was almost like 2 products in one. It was like a dark chocolate egg on the outside. And then on the inside, the same layer again, but like a sort of blondie truffle sort of going on. So you could snap bits off and so you'd have the dark chocolate like a blondie truffle. On the inside, like a cream almost. But it wasn't quite a cream, a bit more solid. But goodness me, this was wonderful. It was a wonderful product. It was so indulgent. I mean, dark chocolate again, so if you don't like dark chocolate, it might not be for you, but it had that blondie sort of creamy truffle inside that, just offset it. It was just so nice, so indulgent, that it just merged so well together. It was just ridiculous. It was such a good product. I loved it. It didn't look anything great to look at it, actually. It was definitely aimed at adults. I was mentioning the Guyane dark chocolate pralines. I think it might be in the top 30, actually, 21 to 30, I think. Looking a bit, the box was just so drab and dreary. This one's a similar affair, not quite as bad as that, but definitely looked like it's, definitely not aimed at kids. But it just was, it was wonderful. I think there's a few products in this range as well, I think, anyway, but this is the one I got. I think the others weren't quite as good as this one, I don't think. It might have appeared again this year. It was absolutely gorgeous. My top product from last year. It really was a cut above the rest of them. It was just so indulgent, the fact it was just 2 products in one, and I guess some of the others, like the Marvellous Creation ones and vanilla passion fruit ones, they have like their own sauces, vanilla passion fruit sauce type of thing going on, or the Marvellous Creation, or the chewy bits in and stuff like this. So if you're feeling like you want those at the time, I'd say they could be. You might prefer to go for them on the day. But this one, I don't know, it's the fact it was basically 2 eggs in one, and it was just so indulgent, so nice, and a real wonderful egg. I feel similar to the one that won last year. I'm sure it was the Aldi one, wasn't it? It was like a duo egg. Similar concept, but this one was delivered on top of each other rather than 2 separate eggs together. Yeah, just really, really nice. That's my number 1. Alright guys, let me know what you think. What do you think? What was your top 10 from last year? Or favourite bars? You might not have a top 10, you might not have a top 20 or 30, but let me know what you think. What was your favourite bars from last year? Let me know, what did you think? What was your favourites? Let's see. Leave a comment off it. Always great to hear from you. Whether you agree with me or not as well, let me know what you think of these ones. Yeah, whether you change it around, what your order of preference would be, let me know. Alright guys, take care. Thanks so much again for your support and for watching. Have a great day, and I'll see you next time. Bye for now. See ya.